What's up, guys, and welcome back. Today I'm going to answer a question that I get asked all the time. Isaac, what kind of camera should I buy? You know, that's not an easy question to answer. And sometimes the answer is you don't need a new camera at all. But as you can see, I've got a ton of gear in front of me, and I'm going to go through it today, discuss all the different variables, and hopefully help you purchase your new camera or decide that what you've got is just fine. So stick around. Alright guys, so I'm going to start with the very top of the line here. I'm going to go from drones to phones, and the first thing I can think of is my digital SLR cameras. In any situation where I can use the digital SLR, I would prefer to use it. Because I have complete control of the camera's functions, because I have access to using multiple lenses and microphones, adapters, etc., tripods, it's going to be my first choice. I'm going to get the best quality out of my digital SLR, a RED camera, or a cinema camera. However, when you got this thing attached to, say, a Joby like this, and you're holding that thing out in front of you in a public place, it can be really distracting to people and, security and stuff like that. I've been stopped for filming, people can have their cell phone up doing Snapchats all day, but for some reason, if I have this camera, it can pose a problem in public places. You're definitely going to attract a lot of attention. People are going to ask you what you're doing, so on and so forth, and people are going to laugh at you. People are going to get in front of the camera, stuff like that. But anyways, this is a Canon 5D Mark IV, and I highly recommend this camera. You can go higher up than this. You could get a 1DX, Sony, Fujifilm, Panasonic, or all other brands that you could choose from that make these type of cameras. But you're looking at several $1,000s to really get a kit that is worthwhile. Like I said, the benefit of the digital SLR camera is that I can control my aperture, my shutter speed, my ISO, my lens selection, so how wide, how close up I'm getting, my microphones, all those things. And sometimes that's something that you really need. If you're doing a professional job, you're gonna want something like this, or a RED camera, or some kind of cinema camera. I prefer Canon over other brands, but I'm not an affiliated with them. So that's my number one choice. If and when I can, I'm going to use my digital SLR camera. The camera that's recording this video is also a digital SLR camera. It's a Canon 80D with a lens on it, then that's a couple $1,000 setup there. But we'll move on down the line to the next camera that you could use, and that is this little guy right here. This is a Canon G7X Mark II. For a couple $100, you can get this camera that fits in most people's pockets or women's purses, and it's inconspicuous. As you can see, this one is a little modded out with a little windscreen for the speaker, but most of the places, no one's gonna say anything to you about using this. Airplanes, concerts, so on and so forth. You walk in there with this guy, it's gonna be, unless you have a press pass, a press release, you're not gonna be able to do it. So for most people that are just getting started, a camera like this is probably gonna be one of your better options. Moving on down the line is a little even more stealthy is the GoPro. GoPro just released a Hero 7. I have had the opportunity to get my hands on it, and it is incredible with the stabilization. It's obviously waterproof, and they've also improved the microphone. On the back of this camera, you can see what you're filming, so you can compose your time lapses or your shots before you take them. And it's rugged, you can drop this thing. The battery life is good. There's a lot of pluses to this, but you're not going to get the quality and low light performance that you could get out of a camera like the 5D Mark IV. Even more stealthy than that is the GoPro Session that's sitting right here beside it. You may or may not even be able to see this little guy. If you go to the movie right up here, after the video, I can put a link in the description. A lot of the footage that was done in casinos was actually done with this. I have a shot where in the video where I wanted to get dealers actually dealing me cards. So I posted this thing up on my backpack strap and just acted inconspicuous and had it right here while they were dealing, and I played some blackjack and got the shot. There's absolutely no way that I could have walked into a casino with this camera and gotten that shot. Even if I had it held down by my side, I may have been asked to leave. A few other products obviously are drones. A lot of people, this is my DJI Mavic Pro. A lot of people think that, oh, if I'm gonna do YouTube videos, I've gotta have a drone, I've gotta do drone footage. This is my least used camera. Honestly, this is my least used camera. And then, like I said, going all the way down from there is this guy right here. Which brings me to my main message in this video. And that is, if you have something cool to share, if you have a good story, if you're funny, if you're great at fitness or whatever your niche may be, the camera really doesn't matter. You need to worry more about what you're photographing or what you're videotaping in order to get the shots that you want to get, and then learn about these products. As I said, there's different focal lengths with the digital SLR. There's waterproofing. There's waterproof housings for this too. They're upwards of over $1,000. But these guys are great if you're going in the water. For me, having a plethora of cameras, because I take this very seriously and I also do this professionally, is important. So, and actually, just for the fun of it, I actually have my first digital SLR camera here. I had a girlfriend who helped me buy this, and I'm not kidding when I say that you could take almost just as good of pictures with this camera as you could this. As far as blowing it up, it's not as many megapixels, so it's, you know, it's not as good, but if you just saw the picture on Instagram, you would never know. And as a matter of fact, some of my best, most liked pictures on Instagram have actually been taken with a cell phone. So of course I chose one of the hardest questions to answer as my first YouTube video on cameras and equipment, but the real answer is, what is your budget and what do you want to do? What do you want to talk about? What do you want to share with people? And if it's just your travel experiences, or if it's just, you know, just everyday things, you might want to just consider getting one of these or one of these, or just using your cell phone. In fact, the first video I ever uploaded on YouTube was just recorded with a cell phone. You know, and like I said, you can go up to the high end with these gimbals. I just got this Ronin a couple months ago when it came out, and this thing's almost $1,000, and it's great, steady footage, but you're lugging around almost 20 pounds carrying that thing around. Anyways, guys, like I said, the message of this video, the most important thing that I can tell you is, whether you're doing photography or video, the actual content itself is the most important thing. The human eye can barely tell a difference, if at all, between 4K video and 1080 video. All of these products deliver that. The cell phone does 4K video, whether it's an iPhone or an Android. The cameras, the still cameras and video cameras, are great quality. But like I said, if you want complete control and you really want to get into this professionally, then you need to step up to one of these, and it's going to be quite an investment. As I said, this is several $1,000s just with this lens combination and this microphone. You add in this gimbal and these lenses, which are not even the beginning of my collection, and you're in well over $10,000, well over. But I hope this helped out, guys, and please like, subscribe, and continue to watch my channel. I hope that I can continually up my game as far as my video content goes. I mean, I'm stuttering, you know, but I'm doing my best. And if you have any questions, leave them in the comments. Like, how do you fly this drone? I'll make that video. How to use aperture and all that stuff. I plan on doing things like that. So if you could, you know, leave a comment below and tell me what you'd like to see, and tell me if you like this video or not. Give it a thumbs up and subscribe. Anyway, talk to you soon. Take care.